Show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And Devin Booker, the youngest player to ever score 70 in a single game.
Hey, go get him.
Make sure to pick up your official NBA programs. Get player stats, find schedules, and read interviews with the NBA players. Programs are located at all entrances to the stadium.
Well, folks, be sure to come out for our pennant flag giveaway. Every fan will receive a Jazz pennant flag.
.2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, the home of the Jazz. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Phoenix, a superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. The #1 record right now in the NBA.
And I think for the Suns, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
It really has been amazing. Everyone just kept waiting for them to fade, and it never happened.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thanks very much. Well, Quinn Snyder is the coach here in Utah, and he said, as a coaching staff, we show the players we have confidence in them. And then we're unbelievably demanding. But it has to be mixed with patience. And that, over time, pays off. Kevin?
Teaching and motivating. He's done a nice job, D.A. Thanks. Tonight featuring backcourts that can absolutely, Steve, light it up. When you were playing, who are some of the toughest guards to defend in the NBA?
Well, Kevin, first you say the Michael Jordans, but the quick guards, because I was a 6'8", kind of methodical, slow guy. I didn't like the Iversons, the Muggsy Bogues, all those guys, they just running around. They were tough.
And the Jazz start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Suns. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Trevor Ariza out there with Ayton. And it's AI in at the 1.
You've got to trust your receiver to go get that pass. Did you see Donovan Mitchell catch and finish in the same motion?
Now here's Booker. Over Mitchell. AI passes to Booker. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
AI gets to Ariza. 5 on the clock. shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And it's the Jazz's ball. Mitchell in the corner. This one for three. Hits it from three-point range. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
Because he's so good at putting the ball on the floor and making plays, the three is going to be available to Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either. Here's Mitchell after the Suns pick up two. To the inside, Rubio. Ariza with the rebound.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
It's stolen by Gobert. Mitchell against Booker. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his third bucket of the night.
And right there, Donovan Mitchell showing off that confidence. He's quick and he's powerful.
AI dishes to Booker. Favors against Ariza. Passes it to AI. Clock at 4. Here's Warren. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Rubio with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Chicago. The dish now to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
You know, that's another good play call. They are shooting 80% to start this game.
Ariza outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to the Bulls. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Utah again with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Suns trail by 7. Here's AI. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Steve, you look at the core of this Jazz team. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Still very, very young.
Mitchell, obviously the youngest, but the Jazz have a good amount of players just entering their prime. The front office has done a great job of identifying talent in the draft and developing it.
The lead pushed to double digits.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And just looking at the stats, you can see, man, they were efficient on this night.
They made shot selection a priority, and you see their percentage from the field. Outstanding.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Back to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. They need this. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years. He won't hesitate.
Now here is Cephalosha. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Mitchell. That shot off. Now the Suns take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
And you can be sure they will be counting on their reserves to step up again in a big way.
Ball's knocked loose. Rubio outside. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. Suns trail by 9. AI passes to Ayton. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Mitchell, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
I mean, a tough matchup. Donovan Mitchell is too explosive, too strong, and he's only going to get better.
And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
Mills is checked in for Ricky Rubio. Ayton kicks to AI. Booker against Mitchell for three, and Booker is good for three. Booker's got himself on the board with three there.
The defender was pretty much helpless right there. His man had a clear height advantage, and he got the exact kind of shot he wanted.
Mitchell passes to Favors. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And Steve, you'll remember Favors had that impressive rookie season, but he's been somewhat up and down since.
He's kind of an old school power forward. Might have been an all-star 20 years ago, but nowadays the best forwards can shoot from range and can defend on the perimeter.
And AI throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Utah leading by 8. Now here's Mills. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He kicks it to Mitchell. To the right side. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. And the Jazz with possession here. Cephalosha up top. Reza covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Warren.
I'll tell you what, terrific anticipation defensively. Tracked it all the way. That pass had no chance.
A strong finisher around the rim. Reza with the size to do some damage.
The Jazz have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Steve, with all the emphasis on ball movement, it is good to see some of the young players entering this league with a completely unselfish mindset about it.
You know, the pass-first point guards and obviously the pass-first players kind of becoming a lost art. Like you said, if these young guys stand out, Lonzo Ball can make a difference by just passing the ball. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell played a lot of point guard for the Utah Jazz when Ricky Rubio was out. So you see these young guys understanding the importance of moving it and moving it to guys that are open.
The Jazz making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. And Gobert kicks to Cephalosha. For the three. Rebound by the Suns. Right side Warren. From 18 feet away. Mills with the rebound.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Phoenix. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Burks, he's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Phoenix. Josh Jackson comes in for Warren.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
He is not scared of anybody. He knows he can play amongst the big boys, and he showed it.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. So here's Burks. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. 2 on the clock over Jackson. Another miss by Utah. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. 6-point game. Pass to Holmes. Here's AI. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. The Suns #1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
A different look for Utah. Udo comes in for Rudy Gobert, and O'Neal subbed in for Mitchell. Phoenix also making some changes. Chandler comes in for Ayton, and it's Bridges in for Booker. And Mills kicks to Udo. Jackson against O'Neal. Back to Burks. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Mills, that's a two-pointer. Suns trail by 4. AI passes to Holmes. AI kicks to Bridges. Holmes with it, out guarded by Crowder. Crowder with the steal. And the pass to Udo. Now Burks. He's guarded by Chandler. Back to Udo. Beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing. And Phoenix the other way now. Here's Jackson. A second chance effort. And Chandler with the nice bucket inside.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Now, here's O'Neal. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Pocket 2. The shot, no good.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now, here's Burks. After Mikal Bridges missing his last shot, and that one is good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside for Jackson. To the middle. It's stolen by Udo. And Mills with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Now it's a 6-point Utah lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And the rejection by Udo. AI passes to Chandler. And the dunk by Chandler.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Here's O'Neal. The Suns getting the bucket. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And now a chance to honor a player who has been on fire recently. His play has earned him Player of the Week in the West.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
AI dishes to Jackson. Holmes kicks to Jackson. Here's AI. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Now just a 2-point Jazz lead.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Outside Crowder. O'Neal against Jackson. To the inside, Chandler with the steal. And now the Suns, a fast break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
A chance to check out AI here. Since the break, he's been simply stellar. First in scoring, first in assists, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now, here is O'Neal. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the top of the key. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. So for the Suns, Anderson comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And Daniels subbed in for Bridges. Inside. And there's Chandler. That's good on the assist by AI. And it's 6 points for Tyson Chandler.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Mills finds Crowder. Jackson against O'Neal. Burks for three. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's where Burks has shown he can be efficient shooting the ball with the catch and release.
Here's AI, and the rejection by Udo. From deep. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Jazz lead by 1. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Almost 2 decades in the NBA for the veteran Tyson Chandler. He had this to say about Devin Booker.
I played with guys that were more.
And you know, Greg, not many players have dropped 70 points in an NBA game. Devin Booker is among them.
And crazy, but he's still expanding his offensive repertoire. He's a scorer and he's a shooter.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
Ricky Rubio is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's O'Neal. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Udo in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group right now for Utah. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Kings really lit up the floor. He had 29 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. His play was a big part of why their team was able to maintain its hot streak. We'll see if he delivers a similar performance tonight, Kevin. To you.
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. But we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
It's going to be tough. I'm sure their entire defensive game plan is centered around how to stop him. They're going to be all over him.
Crowder with the steal. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded by AI. O'Neal misses.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick-and-roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick and roll, especially we have 2 fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially with a great talent at the guard spot and a big. Then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at right now, because of spacing, because of the use of the corner 3, we're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs thrown down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls, and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. And the Suns making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Here's AI, and AI throws it down.
Hello. That's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. Rubio the pass to Udo. Burks kicks to Crowder. Pass to Favors. Just 5 to shoot. Basket good. And the Jazz lead by 2.
That's where majority of Favors points come from. So effective from the interior area of the floor.
AI passes to Chandler. Makes it off the glass. Chandler's got 8 points.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Rubio dishes to Udo. Burks kicks to Udo. Outside Crowder from deep. The rebound by Anderson. The Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Out to AI. He dishes it to Ariza. Fades back. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Ariza's got the lead up to 2 now for the Suns.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
Now here's Burks. He has 5. Rubio outside. Over AI. Rubio misses.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Daniels. Now it's a 4-point Suns lead.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Passes it to Crowder. Kicks it to Burks. The 19-foot shot. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Phoenix leading by 4. Ariza, right side. Got that one up quick. 11 points in the game.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Now here's Crowder. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Chicago. And there's the feed to Rubio. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Suns have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. AI kicks to Daniels. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's AI. It's rebounded by Udo. Jazz trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
A different look for Utah. Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. Cephalosha comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Mitchell in for Alec Burks. And for the Suns, Ayton, he's checked in for Chandler. TJ Warren comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's Booker in for Daniels. Ayton kicks to AI. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door. Punishing the smaller man inside. Just good fundamental basketball.
Pass to Ayton. His first shot coming late. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. And being a part of one of the better draft classes of all time, Steve, I think you would agree, is Donovan Mitchell.
2017 was a deep draft. Featured tremendous talent at the top. Mitchell was a late riser on most people's boards, but still couldn't crack the top 10.
Here's AI, and AI throws it down.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them, defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Now, here's AI, and stolen by Cephalosha. Rubio looking it over. Out to the right wing. And favors kicks to Mitchell. There's the pass to Gobert. To the inside. And the basket by Rubio.
High percentage look inside. Rubio always looking to maximize the value of the possession.
Suns leading by 4. AI passes to Ayton. Rubio outside. Pass to Favors. Cephalosha kicks to Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. Over Ariza. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
See, this is where the better conditioning comes in. Rudy Gobert able to stay active.
AI passes to Ayton. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
How about battling?
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Utah out in front.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Suns trailing. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Ayton is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's AI in at the 1 spot.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
The Suns have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Mitchell kicks to Cephalosha. Mitchell against Booker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Favors. He's off from 17 feet. And it's Warren with the ball for the Suns. They lead by 1. Ariza passes to AI. Ariza against Rubio. Ariza dishes to AI. From 17 feet out. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. On the wing, Cephalosha. He's covered by Warren. Here's Favors, buried from 15 feet out. Favors has got his second basket of the night.
An area where Favors continues to gain consistency. Has a nice-looking stroke out to 15 feet.
Count it. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
A tight game here in Utah. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Jazz passing it around. Here's Rubio. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
That's not fair. He's so crafty with the ball. Rubio is best scoring off the bounce.
Now, here's AI. D right on him. And here's Booker from the arc. Rebound, Utah. They've led by as many as 11 points. Mitchell passes to Rubio. It's deflected. Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And Warren, here we go. It's good. Warren's got 6.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Rubio finds Favors. Now here is Cephalosha. Ariza covering. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Bounce pass from Favors. Cephalosha against Warren. From the wing. Kicks it out to Rubio. Rubio missing again. The Suns leading. Booker outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it becomes the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become an animosity between the two.
Oh, that's from 13, unable to get that one.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Ariza kicks to AI. Pass to Booker. For the 3. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And it's good for 2. 16 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell is comfortable playing at all 3 levels. He's playing at his highest level tonight offensively.
As the season has progressed, these players have heated up from beyond the arc. The best three-point shooters since the All-Star break. Second, Trevor Ariza. Fourth, Devin Booker.
For me, they've been two of the NBA's best three-point shooters over that period of time. No question about it. They just keep heating up.
Udo's checked in for Utah. Utah trailing here. Rubio the pass to Udo. Mitchell against Booker. And stolen by Ariza. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Booker with no one around, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
And here's Rubio. He's got 12. Mitchell outside. Pass to Cephalosha. He kicks it to Udo. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Ayton. Booker looking around. Back to AI. Booker against Rubio. Just 5 on the clock. A second chance effort. Ayton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ayton's got 6.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss. One of Ayton's specialties.
Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded by AI. Ariza brings the double. Cephalosha has the open look. It's good from long range. He's got 8.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
Warren dishes to AI. Booker in the corner. Shoots over Rubio. A nice shot by Booker. And the Suns lead by 4. Jazz have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his second season in the league. And he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, DA. They get the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Utah. Alec Burks comes in for Cephalosha. Jackson, he's checked in for the Suns.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
And the shot is good.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And Rubio kicks to Udo. Mitchell passes to Burks. For the tie. That one doesn't go. Now the Suns take it the other way.
A tremendous athlete. Unfortunately for Burks, he has had some bouts with injuries, but he's a guy who can take over stretches with his length and quickness.
Yep, it counts. Now it's a 5-point Suns lead.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Utah calls time out. Well, Alec Burks, he's just one of those guys you just love to watch attack the rim and attack that defense.
Yes, he's a nice ball handler, can create his own offense. He can get to the rim, and he gets to the line. He only needs a better jump shot to take the next step.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Ayton. And it's Anderson in for Trevor Ariza. O'Neal dishes to Rubio. Burks with it. Now guarded by Booker. O'Neal against Chandler. Here's Rubio. Releases from the wing and drills it. Rubio's got 4 this quarter.
Makes that one, but I still think Rubio could benefit from cleaner mechanics and a quicker release.
Basket good. And the Suns lead by 5.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Kicks it to Udo. Booker against Burks. Back to Udo. Here's O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Booker. Good D by Rubio. Jazz trail by 3. Burks looking around. Now here's Udo. He's guarded by Chandler. O'Neal against Jackson. For the tie. The shot missing. Suns leading by 3. Down low. It's deflected. Stolen by O'Neal. And now Utah, fast break. Crowder with the ball. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Nice job by Crowder. More of a shooter than a ball handler. Surprising the D that time. Quinn Snyder, one of the more serious and intense coaches in the NBA. He has an MBA and a law degree. Takes a very measured approach to coaching, and it fits the team perfectly.
Daniels is checked in for Booker. Offensive rebound. Chandler finds Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 5. AI passes to Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Rubio dishes to Crowder. Now here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Here's Rubio. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And Rubio kicks to O'Neal. Rubio outside. Nice ball movement by Utah. O'Neal passes to Crowder. And here's Burks. He's guarded by Chandler. Here's Rubio. That one off the back iron and out. Suns leading by 5. Chandler outside. Back to AI. Knocked away. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks. With this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and back court for the Suns.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
There's 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Daniels, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Crowder goes in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Superb vision and decision by Jay Crowder. Rotating the ball, executing this offensively, flawless.
AI passes to Chandler. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
And he came into this league as an elite level defender. You gotta love seeing Jackson continuing to hang his hat on the defense.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Suns lead by 7 and will return shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. Mills out there with Alec Burks. And it's Crowder in at the 3. That's the group right now for Utah. Right wing. And Favors kicks to Mills. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Favors can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the glass.
Count it, and the foul. Gobert, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it. And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Now the pass to Favors. Shoots over Holmes. Favors can't get it to go.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Burks kicks to Mills. Pass to Favors. Lets it go from deep. Mills can't hit. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. Bridges. Favors with the rebound. Jazz trail by 10. And the wide open shot from Crowder. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
An uncontested look from mid-range. He typically drains that one.
AI left side. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That'll be his second foul of the game. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Phoenix. TJ Warren comes in for Jackson. AI passes to Warren. AI can't hit. For Utah, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. To the middle. Here's Favors. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. AI passes to Holmes, and he banks in the layup. Holmes got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Passes to Cephalosha. And Mills kicks to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Cephalosha. A second chance effort. Goes up again. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
You like to see a little bit of nasty from Favors when he scraps for these rebounds. Really establishing his ground.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Utah. And the Suns also making a change. Ayton, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. AI, no good. Jazz trail by 7, and the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Mitchell. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
If you guard Donovan Mitchell, I don't know how you defend him with that little float game he has.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Pass to Bridges. Warren on the wing. Covered by Cephalosha. Warren dishes to AI. Here's Ayton. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ariza. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Suns lead by 7. Jazz have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Crowder kicks to Mitchell. Right side Favors. To the paint. Shots good by Mills.
You know, he's not someone who spends a ton of time in the painted area, but Patty Mills looking comfortable on that one.
AI passes to Ayton. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. AI kicks to Booker. Out to AI. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
He's in control when it matters, giving them a tremendous advantage right here.
Down low. It's stolen by Ariza. And there's the pass to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Lets the 3 fly and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And that evened things out. He had a 3 early in the first half, now gets 1 in the second.
Utah calls timeout. We've seen AI really making a difference here.
And he continues to burn them with his scoring. And the coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Shot clock at 6. Mitchell against Ariza. And it's Mitchell missing.
When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by AI. Mills finds Favors. Mitchell against Booker. Ariza brings the double. The 3 from Cephalosha. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He is starting to build up a little confidence. Hit just 1 3 in the entire first half, but he has hit 2 more since then.
On the wing, Booker, defended by Crowder. Inside, here's Hayton, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
And here's Cephalosha for 3, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Booker against Mitchell. A nice shot by Booker.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Mitchell kicks to Mills. Now Mitchell. This one for 3. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Utah making a change here. Rubio's checked in. Suns leading by 13. AI kicks to Booker. It's Ariza on the wing. Booker outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Ricky Rubio picks one up. Free throw good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Rubio, the pass to Crowder. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Wednesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, you can bet the crowd is going to be amped in that game. They've been on a roll lately, and we all know just how loud that building can be when things are going well.
Mitchell against Booker. And it's Mitchell missing, and it's the Suns' ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. Here's Ariza, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Rubio finds Favors. Here's Crowder. Back to Mitchell. Latre. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
And the jam by Cephalosha.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
Here's AI. Ayton dishes to AI. Mitchell against Booker. Back to AI. The Suns need to get a shot off. Beyond the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Here's Mitchell. No good on that one. Good D by Ariza.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
It's AI, top of the key. To the paint, here's Ayton. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Jazz trailed by 19. Utah calls timeout.
And you know, DeAndre Ayton, all that hype around him. He goes 7 feet, 250 with that 7'5" wingspan, already produces. But still, he shows considerable upside.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Rubio misses. You know, Greg, what amazes me about Ayton, the skill level for someone his size.
I mean, he can put the ball on the floor, really improving as a facilitator. You look at Embiid, you look at Big Cat, Ayton gives you a lot of those similar traits.
Warren trying to break loose. Good D by Rubio. Utah's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
And it's Warren with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Feeds to Booker. A baseline J, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They've got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
Rubio outside. Booker against Mitchell. Got a piece of it and stolen by Ariza. AI kicks to Booker. The rebound by the Jazz.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Suns.
And the big difference here was accuracy from 3-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for AI.
What you like about his approach at the offensive end today, once he got into a rhythm, he stayed focused. That's why the points just kept coming.
He kicks it to Booker. Another possession, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky.
Now, here's Rubio. He's covered closely. Dishes it to Mitchell. Ariza brings the double. Back to Rubio. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Not the most comfortable shot for Rubio, but give him credit. He doesn't turn it down.
And Phoenix can just let the clock run down here. AI passes to Warren. AI outside. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.
Does anyone else think that there was some goaltending happening in the second half that they didn't call? Because, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's debatable.
AI, you're in high demand, my friend.
What's up, Charlie?
Shaq and Kenny want to chat?
All right, y'all.
Good luck.
Let's do it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaq here. We got Kenny here. With this one in the books, we've got a special post-game guest joining us.
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been beasting these last few games, and it's fun to watch. Anything you feel you've done differently to make this impact?
Anything differently? You know, the one difference I can identify, I'm trying to be more aggressive with my touches. When I don't settle to play passive, I know it benefits the whole team. Creates opportunities for others, you know, to make plays. And we know that we have to be aggressive as a group in order to accomplish things that we want this season. And we've just been trying to set the tone with my play.
AI, huh? The A must stand for animal.
Thank you, Shaq. You're great.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.